Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're doing something a little bit different though, because as we all know, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are being outsourced to a new company called ILCA, something that they've never really done before with the main series, and that is obviously because Gamerfreak are working on Pokemon Legends Arcues. Something that a lot of people don't know though is, what are ILCA? Like, what have they made in the past? So today, we're going to be taking a look at the history of the team behind the Generation 4 remakes. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 550 likes. Leave a comment as well with your thoughts about this company, and are you happy that it's being outsourced, or do you think that Gamerfreak should have made these games? And subscribe if you're brand new. We do daily Pokemon content on this channel, keep you up to date with everything to do with Pokemon as well. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and take a look at the team behind the Generation 4 remakes. So, starting things off, I've actually got an article which is really well written and basically goes over everything that we need to go over today to take a look and have a better understanding of ILCA. It's from cbr.com. It will be linked in the description down below if you guys do want to take a look at it. As you can see, it is titled Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl developers ILCA have a storied gaming history. So it goes over like the games they've worked on in the past, how they have worked with Pokemon before as well, because if you are unaware, they did actually work on Pokemon Home, which is why a lot of people do believe that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are going to have links with Pokemon Home, just simply because they're both being made by the same company. It makes sense. So yeah, this isn't the first time they've actually worked with Pokemon, but obviously not to the scale of working on one of the main series games. But anyway, it says Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl will be developed by ILCA, not Gamerfreak, what qualifies ILCA to tackle one of gaming's biggest franchises. So it says Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are not being developed by Gamerfreak, but rather by a separate developer, ILCA. I feel like they've said that like 3 times already. This isn't the first Pokemon game that Gamerfreak haven't developed, but it seems unusual that it is handing the reins of such a high-profile release to a third party. For those unfamiliar with ILCA's track record, this might even seem like a bad idea, destined for disaster. So when it goes over here about how it isn't the first Pokemon game that Gamerfreak haven't developed, they're more or so talking about the spin-offs like Coliseum, Pokken Tournament, stuff like that, that are obviously the side games that do just get outsourced to other companies, so they obviously can work on the main series. When we talk about them not outsourcing a main series game, we're talking about the generations, so obviously like your X and Ys, your Sun and Moons. Never before have we seen them outsource the main games, because that's what they've always worked on. You know, they're the cash cows, the money makers. That's where the bread and butter of the Pokemon games are, in the main series. So to see them outsource that to a company that, you know, people have heard on, but it's not really like a huge company, is kind of mad, and it's why a lot of people were surprised to see this happen. But yeah, that's why obviously people kind of want to know more about ILCA, because they want to know who are the team behind the Generation 4 remakes. Anyway, it goes over saying, however, ILCA, short for I Love Computer Art, which I didn't know about, has a storied and fascinating history as a developer. Based out of Tokyo, the developer have been involved with several high-profile games over the years. So then obviously we go into ILCA's history as a company. So it says, founded in 2010 as a CG-based video production studio, ILCA started life focused on animation before moving on to developing games. So straight off the bat, that is something to be happy about, the fact that this company has a lot of experience in animation. You'd think that the graphics for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl would be great, so it's weird to see them go into like chibi style, because that just seems like not really bottom of the barrel, but like, I don't know, for a main series Pokemon game, you'd expect like, you know, up-to-date kind of graphics and stuff. Now, obviously the chibi style is an interesting one. A lot of people don't like it, a lot of people do like it. I feel like it's grown on me a lot, but it's definitely something that I wasn't expecting to see. Anyway, it goes on to say, among its early work included providing CG production work for Square Enix's Kingsglaive Final Fantasy feature film. It was also involved in anime production such as Dream Festival, and then Japanese Ghost Stories. I'm not even going to try and butcher the Japanese names, because I always get it wrong and people laugh at me in the comments section, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to say that's what they've worked on. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, because I can't. I'm not very good at it. It says ILCA would soon move on to VR experiences, applications, and most notably games. Among its two most noteworthy games before working with Gamerfreak were two high-profile Square Enix games, so we got Nier Automata and Dragon Quest. While not the primary developers on either project, ILCA did work heavily on each game and were integral to their success. Other games the studio have worked on include Metal Gear Solid and Yakuza as well. I probably butchered that. So anyway, as you can see, like Dragon Quest, huge game, you know, graphics are really good. It's why a lot of people kind of compare to Pokemon. And when like the whole Sword and Shield fiasco was going on, people were like, oh, these games, you know, they look like this, and then Sword and Shield was like, whatever. So yeah, it's even more interesting to see that they've had their kind of like work in these games, but then again we've gone with the chibi style for Diamond and Pearl remakes. Like, I get why they did it. It's because obviously it's to make it look like the original games. So again, like I say, it's grown on me, but I feel like we need another trailer or something just to make sure everyone can like fully get on board with it. Anyway, it says this prior experience with massive development teams proved that ILCA had what it takes to handle a full-blown game without taking on the full burden of the game's success or failure. The studio gradually grew, eventually gaining over 200 employees to handle its increasing workload. With all the new work, it seemed inevitable that ILCA would gain higher profile projects created entirely without support from other developers. Gamerfreak, it turned out, offered ILCA that opportunity. I think it's just weird though, like, the Generation 4 remakes was something that's been hyped about for a long time, like the past 5 years or so. You know, since Auras were coming out, everybody was talking about Generation 4 remakes. You know, Diamond and Pearl were the big ones. A lot of people love these games. So everyone was kind of expecting them to like go all out on them. And so to not even get them to work on it was, like I say, just crazy. I would understand if they outsourced like a spin-off game or something to ILCA, but I don't know, it's still just really weird to get my head around the fact that they're working on a main series Pokemon game. It's like a different company working on like X and Y or something like that. It's just not the norm, which is again why it is so weird. It says ILCA have actually worked with Pokemon and Gamerfreak before, being announced as the developers behind Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It was previously tasked with developing Pokemon Home, a cloud-based storage application used by Pokemon players to house their livable pocket monsters across games. I mean, when I found out that Pokemon Home was actually made by ILCA, because I originally thought it was made by Gamerfreak, it obviously gave me a little bit more hope about it, because they're kind of they're comfortable with the franchise. You know, they know about Pokemon, they've worked with them before, and obviously Pokemon Home is a good system. You know, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It might be a little bit pricey. Well, it is a bit pricey, but like I say, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, it is a really good storage system for all your Pokemon from all the different games. Is a really good thing to have. So yeah, the fact that they worked on that and now they're working on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it's nice to know that they are familiar with the company. It then goes on to say, however, despite its decade-long history in the animation and game development industry, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is one of ILCA's highest profile works, since it will be handling all the core elements of development. Despite its fascinating history with prior game development, some might look at its history and question if it has had enough experience developing games. There is no doubt ILCA's work on CG production is prolific, but are they good at game programming? While Gamerfreak have developed previous remakes, the company have focused its efforts on Pokemon Legends Arcues, which means that Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl needs another team to bring it to life. See, what I believe was the case at Gamerfreak, is that there were like two teams. One was working on the next game, and then one was working on like the Sword and Shield DLC, and then when they finished that, they started working on the next game. So I don't know if that next game they've been talking about is Pokemon Legends Arceus, and they've actually been working on it for a lot longer than we think. Or what? Like, I don't even know what to think anymore. ILCA is not some greenhorn company without any experience. Gamerfreak has deemed its prior work proof enough of their abilities, so they're kind of putting all their eggs in one basket, because even if ILCA flop on these games, Gamerfreak is still going to be getting the attacks and stuff. Nobody really is going to care about ILCA, because it's Gamerfreak's fault for handing off these games to the company. You know, ILCA can obviously do the best that they can, but at the end of the day, they're still going to get paid, they're still going to make the game, and then it's up to Gamerfreak, like, whether it does well or not. Like, they're the ones that are going to be in the spotlight regardless of if they made it or not. So, yeah, ILCA are kind of just chilling at the moment. It says, while the game is a relatively straightforward remake, it could be the launching pad ILCA needs to produce even more high-quality games. The training wheels are off. While ILCA's prior successes have been as part of a greater team, now all the responsibility falls on this developer's shoulders. So yeah, a lot riding on it. Like I say, they've never worked on a game before being the core developers, like doing everything. They've never had that before. So yeah, quite a big game to do that with. You know, maybe they should have done a spin-off game first, but yeah, just giving them the main series is just mad. But I don't know. That is more of a backstory about ILCA though. Yeah, today's video, I don't really like any news or anything like that, but it was just kind of just a little backstory of these games, because again, we don't really know anything about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, apart from that it's a faithful remake and it's not being made by Gamerfreak. So I feel like us as fans, we kind of need to educate ourselves a little bit on who the actual team are that are working on the Generation 4 remake. So hopefully this video kind of, you know, taught you a little bit about the team that are going to be working on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Thank you so much for watching though. If you did enjoy, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on ILCA? Are you happy they're working on it, or do you wish Gamerfreak did? And subscribe if you're brand new. We do daily Pokemon content on this channel. That's everything from me though. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.